gives all power unto me. His will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. My Father gives all power unto me. I am He to whom all this is given. I am He in whom the power of my Father's will abides. The Son of God is limitless. The Son of God is limitless. The Son of God is limitless. There are no limits on His strength, His peace, His joy, nor any attributes His Father gave in His creation. What He wills with His Creator and Redeemer must be done. His holy will can never be denied because His Father shines upon His mind and lays before it all the strength and love in earth and heaven. I am He to whom all this is given. I am He in whom the power of my Father's will abides. My Father gives all power unto me. His will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. My Father gives all power unto me. Your will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. There is no limit on your will, and so all power has been given to your Son. My Father gives all power unto me. His will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. My Father gives all power unto me. I am He to whom all this is given. I am He in whom the power of my Father's will abides. The Son of God is limitless. The Son of God is limitless. Lesson 320. My Father gives all power unto me. Paragraph 1. The Son of God is limitless. There are no limits on His strength, His peace, His joy, nor any attributes His Father gave in His creation. What He wills with His Creator and Redeemer must be done. His holy will can never be denied, because His Father shines upon His mind and lays before it all the strength and love in earth and in heaven. I am He to whom all this is given. I am He in whom the power of my Father's will abides. Paragraph 2. Your will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. There is no limit on your will, and so all power has been given to your Son. All right, looks good on paper, sounds good. What does it mean? Who knows? All right, but let's go back. Remember the lessons that came before In me, salvation's means and end are one. Lesson 318. I came for the salvation of the world. Lesson 319. And both of those also kind of gave this idea. Remember in 319, Jesus said, this is not arrogant to say I came for the salvation of the world. It's also not arrogant to say my Father gives all power unto me. And you would think, as I said in that previous lesson, that only Jesus can say that, right? Who are we to say my Father gives all power unto me? That's like something that Jesus would say in the Gospel of John, right? Who are we to say that? Jesus is saying this is true as much for you as it is for me, right? We are one. Even in the Gospel of John, Jesus says, I give you the power and the glory are yours. I forget the exact, Jesus says to his disciples, all you need to do is have the little willingness. He doesn't say that there, but, believe that this is so and it is given unto you. And that word unto is interesting. It's like a King James Old English thing, My Father gives all power unto me. Right? Not just my Father gives all power to me. That's too prosaic, right? My Father gives all power unto me. Paragraph 1, the Son of God is limitless. Right? We are all the Son of God. Jesus is not the only Son of God. Right? We are all the one Son. And there is only one Son. Jesus makes a point to say that, even though he sometimes says there are sons. Right? Seem to be separate sons, discrete sons, but in reality, there is only one Son. There is only one in reality. There's only one reality. So there can only be one Son, and that one Son is one with the Father, which means there's only, the Son and the Father are one. The Son of God is limitless. There are no limits on his strength, his peace, his joy, nor any attributes his Father gave in his creation. Right? And these are just words, these are just concepts, right? But they're meaningful to us. Like the word strength has meaning, the word peace has meaning, the word joy has meaning. All these have meaning to us on this side of the veil. But in reality, what is it we're talking about? We're talking about this one reality, right? In which all these things are included, but they don't make the same sense in reality that they do on this side of the veil, right? In the veil of illusion, or the veil of suffering, the veil of tears, as it's been called, the valley of the shadow of death, we understand these things from the place of separation, right? So these are concepts that don't really have meaning in reality, but they have meaning for us now. What he wills with his Creator and Redeemer must be done. His holy will can never be denied, because his Father shines upon his mind and lays before it all the strength and love in earth and heaven. I am he to whom all this is given. I am he in whom... Now this is... You're saying this about yourself. I am he in whom all this is given, or I am she. I am he in whom the power of my Father's will abides. Right? So all power in earth and heaven are mine. Right? Because I am not different than God. I am not other than God. I am the same. I am a loving creation of a loving Creator. And that love is love is love is love. There can be no difference in that love. That love can only be one in reality. So the power, doesn't talk about the glory here, but the power. Right? The emphasis here is on, I don't have any limitations. I don't have any limit. All power is mine. All holiness, all peace, all joy, all strength. Right? Meaning I do not lack anything in reality. I am not limited at all in reality. Now, if I choose to see myself that way, then I am that way from my perspective. But that's not true. That is a lie. That is an illusion that I have accepted. That's not the truth. But if I hold on to that, then I will suffer because I'm living a lie. In other words, we want to get to the place where we are always remembering the truth of what we are and staying firm in that truth of what we really are, not what we are not, not holding on to any false identities. And that's why the repetition here, the reminders are, basically the Course keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again in different ways. And it's, drilling the point home till we really get it. If we want to get it, right? If you don't want to get it, don't do the Course. But if you want to get it, then you want the constant reminder. You want to be reminded. Shout out to Karen, who said, it's good to be reminded of these things, right? Right? Even though you know it, it's nice to hear someone else giving you a reminder, right? Or something external reminding you, because it actually helps to reinforce it. It helps to bring it home even that much more. Paragraph 2. Prayer to God the Father, it's all in italics. Your will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. Now notice that there's no mention of Father in this, but the lesson itself says, my Father gives all power unto me. So it's talking about God the Father to begin with. And then this paragraph obviously is about God the Father, because all of these prayers in italics are to God the Father. Your will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. There's no limit on your will, and so all power has been given to your Son. And your Son is not just me, right? Not just Jesus, but all of us. Right? That means when it says extend to all the world as well through me, it means everything. Right? God's will is everywhere. God's will is the only thing there is, really, in reality. Right? And it is upon us, or unto us, if you want, upon us to align our wills with God's will, and to recognize that our will is God's will, right? That it's not just that we align our will. It's not like I'm aligning my ego will with God's will. No, it's removing the ego, dissolving the ego, and recognizing that our will is God's will. Right? And what is God's will? Jesus says God's will for us is perfect happiness, right? Perfect joy, perfect peace. God's will is that we come home, right? And that we rest, abide in our true self, true nature, true reality, true identity. And then I did the reading yesterday. Actually, I kind of jumped ahead. What is creation? Because this really is talking about getting into the issue of God as the creator, and I am the creation. So what is creation, right? Let's read a little bit of it again, and maybe just kind of weave it all together. I don't know. Something like that. Paragraph 1 of what is creation? Creation is the sum of all God's thoughts, in number infinite, and everywhere without all limit. Only love creates, and only like itself. Only love creates, right? Everything else is a made up, right? Our doing, We do, God creates, love creates. Only love creates, and only like itself. There was no time when all that it created was not there, nor will there be a time when anything that it created suffers any loss. Forever and forever are God's thoughts exactly as they were, and they are unchanged through time and after time is done. So creation is endless. Creation, there is only one creation, that is love. And in a sense, love did not create because love is infinite. Love is eternal. So it's a creation that has always been, right? This is a new understanding of what creation is. God did not create the world because God could not create something that in which there is suffering, right? So God did not create the world that we see. That is our dream that we have chosen, but it was not God's will, right? That we be separate and that we suffer. And this is very important. This is a distinction between this and the biblical understanding, at least on the surface, which the biblical understanding being that God created a world in which humans could suffer, right? God made a world in which humans could suffer. They had free will. They could suffer, and there's, in a way, it's a different perspective. It's a different theology, maybe. This is just saying that God could not create a world in which there would be suffering, because love can only create like itself. And why would love create a world in which there was suffering? Right? What would be the point of that? Now, this is a very deep. I'm not, we could talk about this. This would be a very long conversation, and theologians, philosophers, and theologians have talked about this from time immemorial. No doubt. God's thoughts are given all the power that their own Creator has, for He would add to love by its extension. Thus, His Son shares in creation and must therefore share in power to create. What God has willed to be forever one will still be one when time is over, and will not be changed throughout the course of time, remaining as it was before the thought of time began. Now, this is very difficult in a way to understand, and it's very easy in a sense as well. You can very simplify this, that we are the creation of God. That is our true identity. We're not fully in touch with that right now, but that is our true identity, and that has always been, right? So what we're doing here is we're coming back to what we have always been, right? Which takes us beyond our body, takes us beyond our history, beyond our personhood, transcending personhood, transcending the body and all its limitations, the world and all its limitations. Paragraph 3, creation is the opposite of all illusions, for creation is the truth. Creation is the Holy Son of God, for in creation is His will complete in every aspect, making every part container of the whole. Its oneness is forever guaranteed inviolate, forever held within His holy will, beyond all possibility of harm, of separation, imperfection, and of any spot upon its sinlessness. Creation is the opposite of all illusions. So, again, the language, we'd really have to sit and unpack this. I tried to do it in the video I did yesterday. There's a whole lot we could say about this. I think it all goes back to nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Creation cannot be threatened. Creation cannot be harmed. Love cannot be attacked. That is our true identity. That is our reality. Anything that can be harmed or threatened or attacked or violated is not what we are. Paragraph 4, we are creation, we the sons of God. This sounds dualistic, but in reality there's only one Son. We seem to be discreet and unaware of our eternal unity with Him, yet back of all our doubts, past all our fears, there still is certainty. For love remains, with all its thoughts, its sureness being theirs. God's memory is in our holy minds, which know their oneness and their unity with their Creator. Let our function be only to let this memory return, only to let God's will be done on earth, only to be restored to sanity and to be but as God created us. So in other words, let us remember our only thing to do here on earth is to remember this, right? And let that be our only goal here. Let that be our only purpose here. To remember, right? The memory. To bring back the memory. Paragraph 5, our Father calls to us. We hear his voice and we forgive creation in the name of its creator, holiness itself, whose holiness his own creation shares, whose holiness is still a part of us. So we forgive the illusion, right? We let go of all illusions and we finally accept the truth. There's a lot here. I was reading it just to kind of read it again, but this is something, come back to again and again, read the course 10 more times, come back to this, see if you can understand it a little better. In a way, it's very simple. I think it's meant to be, to sound like gobbledygook, like Jesus wrote it in a way that's very poetic, very highfalutin, but I think that what it's saying is very simple. Love, only love is real. Love has never changed. Love is the only creation. Love is eternal. Love is our true reality. There is only one reality. There can only be one creation. In that creation is all of us. We are all the one Son of God. We seem to be separate, but the memory is the remembrance that there really is only one. All right. I hope that was a little bit helpful. Let's just do a very short version of the song. My Father gives all power unto me. His will can do all things in me, and then extend to all the world as well through me. My Father gives all power unto me. I am here to whom all this is given. I am he in whom the power of my Father's will abides. The Son of God is limitless. The Son of God is limitless. My Father gives all power unto me. 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 All right. More power to you. See you on the flip side once again soon. Bye-bye.